Alrighty, hello YouTube. I want to talk to you a few moments about gym etiquette in the boxing gym. You see a lot of videos going around today, people putting up cameras and people walking in their way, and a lot of ridiculous situations like that in weightlifting gyms. I'm talking about the boxing gym here, and the boxing gym's on another level. Going up to a muscle-bound guy that couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag and being scared of a muscle head like that's one thing, but when you're in the boxing gym, there's a lot of danger involved in how you conduct yourself and what you do. So right now I'm going to talk a couple of moments about gym etiquette, and I'm going to use an example of something that come across Joe's attention yesterday in the gym. We're in the gym yesterday, and Joe's talking to one of the guys, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this guy said he stood up to you." And, you know, I'm thinking, well, the guy said it in a proud way as a former sparring partner of Joe's, but as in all of the sparring people, they get run off, and they get run off quick. And any of you that watch this channel, you know that. So the only decent sparring we get is when we have Gabriel Monteverde, a Venezuelan professional, come a couple of times a year, and that's can go as heavy as the two, Joe and he decide. But what this guy did was I guess Joe took it as he was out, and the way the boy told Joe this, that he was out here telling the girls and the boys that, oh yeah, I stood up to him, you know. And I'm going to put a link of what this boy standing up to Joe looked like, because we got it videotaped. So anyway, Joe shows one of the videos to the kid. You know, and a picture's worth 1,000 words, a video's worth 10,000 words. But at any rate, the important wisdom to take from what I'm saying is you've got to be careful when you're in an MMA gym or a boxing gym, and especially a boxing gym. Most of the MMA guys, no, not all, but I'm saying a bigger majority of the MMA guys are more tolerable and more laid back than they are in boxing. So there is some differences in attitude there, but you got to be careful going into any combat gym. You got to be careful how you present yourself. You got to be careful how you talk to folks. A lot of you guys, you see these videos. Floyd Mayweather's got the same 39 brothers that come in there, that have been coming in there 5 years ago, that are still coming in his gym today. And they're very personable with one another, so they'll sit and crack at each other. You go in somewhere and you ain't like that with somebody, you can get yourself in trouble. So Joe, yesterday, he number one, when he gets a little angry, he'll start working harder, so it's a benefit to him. But the scary part about this is, if he would have saw this boy yesterday, it wouldn't have been good news for this guy. So even if you're saying something and you mean it in a good way, when you're in a boxing gym, you need to realize before something comes out of your mouth how the other guy or guys are going to take what you're mentioning. It's very, very important. This is not down here at Planet Fitness or up here at Bob's Gold's Gym or something. This is you getting these combat gyms and boxing gyms. Things can go wrong very quickly. You got a bunch of alpha men running around. So you have to show a lot of respect. You got to give it. You've got to give it. And you need to expect it from those around you in the gym that you're in. And boxing is something else. I know a guy, I don't want to name him, I don't want to name his channel, but I'm going to give you a hint. He's scholarly in boxing. This guy got on an airplane and went out of state and went into a boxing gym where another trainer was ragging him out online. So think about that a minute. He got on an airplane, went to another state, got a cab or Uber, and went over to this boxing gym to confront this guy. And thank goodness for that other guy that he wasn't there. And the guys that worked in the gym, they were doing what they were supposed to do. They were brotherly with their fellow gym guy. And they called him and told him, boy, you don't want to be coming in here till you know this guy's back in his home state. So, and that guy didn't come back till he was in his home state. And all that was video corroborated. All of it was corroborated with video. So you got to be careful who you getting fresh with. And certain people, they take things in different ways, and you don't want to get in the middle of none of that mess. Now, typically in my day, it'd be 2 or 3 older guys about my age, older than Bread, and that's how I do it today. I'll sit and yell and call somebody out in a second, but I'm not going to have the boxers sitting there calling each other out, and there's going to be no little discussions over in the corners and things like that. I don't have it. Men don't do that, and therefore I don't allow it. And I will continue not allowing it. So be careful out there, fly right. But I'm going to put down in the description box and post comments probably this guy that was running around saying, I stood up to him, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. This cat's 16 or 17 years old, and he's just trying to impress his friends. But that's for the football field, the baseball, and basketball. I don't know. You don't want to be doing that in boxing. So a word to the wise.